No one expected that just one small symbol on the body of a superstar could set the virtual world on fire in seconds. But this is not an arbitrary tattoo, and certainly not an ordinary man. It's about Jungkook, the Golden Man of South Korea, the Golden Magne of BTS, a global icon, and now, the owner of the one-eye tattoo that thrilled the virtual universe. Yes, the one-eye tattoo is not just ink on the skin, but fuels deep speculation, controversy, even dragging conspiracy theories, secret symbolism, and the big question, what is Jungkook conveying? Netizens are not silent. They noticed. They dig. And they are angry, surprised, some even cry because, what does the tattoo really mean? One photo, one body portrait, one symbol. And the storm came. As if the world lost its way just because of the image of a single eye that is clearly displayed on a fairly conspicuous part of the body. Since then, the world has been split in two. Those who believe Jungkook is delivering a hidden symbolic message, and those who flatly reject it, considering it a mere form of artistic expression. But the question, why one eye? Why now? And is this a sign of a major change from within him? That night, when Jungkook's latest photo spread through fan accounts and the media, everyone was transfixed. Not only because of his good looks that is always steal the breath, but because behind his shirt that is exposed, it is clearly visible. One-eye tattoo, sharp, full of detail, like staring back at anyone who sees it. Is it an Illuminati symbol? The Eye of Horus? Or the eyes of his personal experiences that have been hidden from the cameras and the grandiose stage? Netizens began digging into Jungkook's past. They go back through their old interviews, looking for clues. They found something. The vague sentences of past years are now understood with a new meaning. I want something that protects me, something that sees deeper than anything, Jungkook said in one of his 2020 interviews. No one took it seriously at the time. But now, words are like a puzzle that begins to form a whole picture. When one symbol takes center stage, the public can't help but wonder what exactly is going on inside Jungkook. Is this just an artist's form of self-expression? Or are there hidden layers that are much deeper and darker than we can imagine? A fan with an anonymous account even claimed that the one-eye tattoo was synonymous with the symbol of the watching eye of many ancient cultures. This is no coincidence, they say. It's a warning. It's a call. And this isn't the first time Jungkook has implied a personal message through ink on his body. But this time it feels different. Too flashy. Too direct. Too full of meaning. Speculation went wild as some netizens linked the tattoo to Jungkook's stressful past, demands, and expectations. They believe that the one eye is not just an aesthetic symbol, but a metaphor for the feeling that he is always being watched, always being judged, even when he just wants to be himself. In an international K-pop forum, a user mentioned that the eyes may belong to the public, the eyes of fans, the eyes of agencies, the eyes that never close. These words are heartbreaking. What if Jungkook had been screaming in silence all this time? What if those eyes were a form of escape from a world that never gave him room to breathe? It didn't take long before various conspiracy theories began to emerge. From claims that Jungkook is being monitored by a secret entity, to allegations that he has become part of an elite group that uses the one-eyed symbol as their identity. YouTube content popping up thumbnails full of dramatic expressions, all capital letter titles. Jungkook enters Illuminati. Or Jungkook's secret tattoo, proof he's been chosen. And oddly enough, these videos were watched millions of times in a matter of hours. The world can't stop talking about that tattoo. Even the mainstream Korean media eventually stepped in, trying to calm the public down and stressing that it's just body art. However, for many ARMY, this is more than just art. This is a piece of Jungkook's heart. And the more they look at the tattoo, the more they feel close, yet also distant from it. Is Jungkook trying to say something he can't put into words? Is this a sign that he is struggling emotionally? One of the soldiers wrote in a long Twitter thread, "I feel like he's asking for help with that symbol." And the post went viral. It was commented by thousands of people with the same feeling, not to mention when an investigative fanbase account from Europe revealed that the shape of the eye tattoo was similar to a symbol from ancient Egyptian manuscripts. The Eye of Horus, a symbol of protection, strength, and healing. But this symbol is also often associated with the Illuminati, a group that allegedly controls the world in secret. Debate is inevitable. One side says Jungkook is only interested in mythology and visual aesthetics, but the other side sees this as a warning, a code, in fact, a threat. What made it all the more dramatic was when one of Jungkook's friends, who is also a famous idol, accidentally liked a post containing conspiracy theories about the tattoo. Even though he didn't give a statement, the fire was already growing. All eyes are now on Jungkook, not just as a musician, but as a mysterious figure who allegedly keeps a hidden message behind his body decorated with ink art. And from this point on, the story begins to move into a deeper personal realm. A former BTS vocal coach revealed that Jungkook is very secretive about his emotions. He kept everything. If she's sad, she'll shut up. If he is angry, he will not be angry openly. But he let his body speak. These words opened the eyes of the public. Has Jungkook been pouring out all his inner turmoil through the tattoos that slowly adorn his body? And is that one eye, so sharp and full of detail, which does not smile but is always open, the most honest expression of his heart? Jungkook did not elaborate. He's quiet, as usual. But the silence just makes it all the more crazy. Behind the silence, speculation grew. Some fans believe the tattoo is a representation of someone who has betrayed them. "Those eyes see everything, including betrayal," wrote one netizen. Others refer to the tattoo as a form of spiritual protection, given that Jungkook has been known as a very introspective person. But there are also more extreme ones, stating that the tattoo is a signal to a certain party, whether HYB, the K-pop industry, or even the public. And then, a new clue appeared that made netizens hysterical again. In a behind-the-scenes video of a dance rehearsal, the camera accidentally captures a piece of paper in the studio that reads, "The eye sees everything." The article sparked new speculation. Is Jungkook preparing a big concept for his comeback? Or is this some kind of hidden message that was deliberately left behind? While netizens continued to research, armies around the world created the #ProtectJungkook movement, urging the agency to protect Jungkook's privacy and emotional state. They demanded an explanation, but not in the form of scandalous clarification. They want to know if their idol is okay. Behind all the glitter, all the achievements, and all the cheers, Jungkook now stands at the most controversial point in his life. And all because of just one small tattoo that looks like an EY. Is this an art form too deep for the public to digest? Or is this the beginning of a new era in Jungkook's career, an era in which he no longer just sings, but speaks in symbols, in metaphors, in a secret language that only those who really listen understand? The climax of all this unease reached its peak when Jungkook suddenly disappeared from the public radar for several days. No updates from Weverse, no stories from Instagram, no special appearances scheduled. The fans began to panic. Among all the worries, new speculations emerged. Is Jungkook experiencing severe mental stress? Is the eye tattoo a form of emergency signal, a symbol that he feels alone despite being surrounded by millions of fans? Then, just when everyone suspected the worst, a short video appeared on HYB's official account.